Hello everybody, welcome to the Tech Roundup for Jan 2024. I observed a lot of interesting happenings in the technology world in this month, Jan 2024, and thought I'll share some interesting patterns, and also in this video I'm going to share a few free resources along how you can actually get started with picking up that Gen AI skill. So please do watch the video till the very end and also share it with your friends. And before we jump into the patterns, a quick request, do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. My objective of this channel is now to talk more about the trends, patterns, so that you can build conviction about what your next steps are and you can actually plan the future much ahead. So let's get started with the first pattern that we have noticed in Jan 2024. This is with respect to the fundraising that has happened. Three companies that I want to bring up as examples. Number one is Krutim. This is founded by Ola's Bhavish Agarwal, and Krutim is the large language model for India. It is now in 22 Indian languages. This company has raised close to $50 million and is the first AI unicorn from India and also the fastest unicorn. The second company founded by Parag Agrawal, the former CEO of Twitter. They raised $30 million, and the objective of this company is they are building a software for the software developers who are working on large language models. The third company which raised money again is Raga AI. And Raga AI is a testing platform for Gen AI applications or AI softwares in general. You can see the trend very clearly. All the technology leaders are now going ahead and starting their companies, but very clearly focusing on Gen AI, even more so on the large language models. This trend is actually a lot healthier compared to the layoff news that we have been hearing over the past few months. Now, if you want to move forward positively rather than being skeptical and saying that, hey, these unicorns might not stick or these startups might fold in the next few months or few years, that is true. A lot of these startups might fold. They might not even exist, but a few will definitely exist, and majority are in the LLM space. So you can see the probability of startups working in the LLM space over the next decade are actually increasing quite highly. The second trend that I want to talk about is with respect to the negative side, which is layoffs. There are close to 20,000 layoffs in Jan 2024 itself. We all thought that 2024 is going to be a fresh start. We are done with those layoff phase, and all those layoffs were anyways going down and down in the 2023 by the end of that year. But 2024 again came up as a shocker. SAP, for example, has announced restructuring of close to 8,000 employee roles. Microsoft, just over the last 2-3 days, has announced close to 1,900 job cuts from Activision Blizzard. Google, Amazon, all these guys have also announced layoffs. Now, there are patterns within the layoffs as well. The first one, whenever there is a merger or whenever there is an acquisition, there is always a threat that some of the roles would become redundant. For example, if company A has 10 employees working on one specific task and company B has 10 employees working on the same task independently, when they were different companies, yes, the 10 employees work in both the scenarios made a lot of sense. But when these guys come together, for example, Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard actually completed recently. So in that scenario, the 10 plus 10 does not need to add up to 20. Only 15 roles can complete the entire work. This scenario usually leads to layoffs, and mergers and acquisition is a huge red flag. The second red flag that we also noticed, I also mentioned in one of my previous videos, is with respect to the hardware teams within these huge giant software companies. Alexa or Fitbit, some of these hardware investments by these huge software giants did not go very well. So now they are cutting down on the losses. And that is where our third pattern comes up into the picture, which is the new jobs being created in the market because of AI. And the first instance where one of the major companies said that we are going to recruit for folks with Gen AI skills is from SAP itself. SAP said we are restructuring 8,000 plus roles. But within these 8,000 roles, they are saying we will let go a few employees, but we are going to backfill these roles, which means they are going to hire replacements for these roles with the folks who have Gen AI expertise. Now, the big question that is on top of all our minds is, how do I develop the capability in the Gen AI space? If you are not asking that question, you should at least ask that question now. Well, it is not just learning ChatGPT, to be honest, because all these enterprises, the big companies, the way they perform data, the way they need AI is little different. They don't want their personal data or the company proprietary data to come into the public domain. So they have their own data, they have their own models within the firewalls of their own companies. They need AI experts to work on those data sets, and that is where these new jobs are going to be created. For example, I mentioned about the tool Raga AI. If Raga AI really grows up, and if a lot of companies use tools like Raga AI, which is a testing platform for AI softwares, if you get a certification in Raga AI, if it really grows up big, then it makes a lot of sense. But right now, there are no such tools. So you need to go back into the basics. And what are the basics with respect to Gen AI that you can actually start learning? The first one is learning Python. And I'm giving a link in the description box which will help you learn Python for free. And the second step is in the process of learning Gen AI is about getting that familiarity and learning machine learning. Again, I'm giving you another link in the description box where you can learn machine learning for free from a course by Stanford. This course on Coursera is free for audit. So you need to go there and say, I'm just auditing this course, and you'll get it for free. The only drawback is you won't get a certification, but that is fine as long as your intent is to just learn the overall concept. The third step in learning Gen AI is about understanding the data science. And with respect to data science, I'm giving you another course link in the description box which will help you learn data science from the scratch for free. Once you get familiarized with these concepts through free courses, then go ahead and start learning these things through a paid course or a paid bootcamp, or go enroll in a university. That makes a lot more sense because you already have your bases covered. I'm also giving a link in the description box with respect to what Bill Gates is thinking about how AI will revolutionize 2024 life. And this is just the start. 2023 was all about warming up. The enterprises, big companies are warming up for what was happening or what is going to happen in the AI space. But now all these guys are warmed up and they really want to make sure that they leverage Gen AI and increase their productivity, reduce their cost, and potentially increase their revenues as well. That is with respect to the third trend on jobs. The fourth trend that I also want to highlight is with respect to the quarterly results that came out from the IT services companies. TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Cognizant, all these companies have released their quarterly results. And what do they say? All of them are saying the exact same thing, that the market sentiment still did not change. Last year, the sentiment was low. Even this year, the sentiment is still negative. There are predictions that over the next 6 months, the sentiment will turn positive, but that is still not yet happening. And the same quarterly results are also giving indications around what is the kind of work that is currently happening or increasing within these technology companies. Number one is cloud migrations, cloud related work, hyperscalers. This is one of the hottest topics within the IT services world. The second topic is with respect to cyber security. And the third topic, of course, is with respect to Gen AI. Do let me know if there are any specific trends that I did not cover in this video, but that happened prominently in Jan 2024, and I would continue to make more videos around the same topic. Thank you so much, guys. I hope this is helping you build your conviction on these things, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.